Welcome to this visioning meditation. Join with me in consciousness as we enter into the stillness, into the love of Spirit, into a state of open receptivity of the infinite possibilities, into the awareness of the One. Close your eyes. Get yourself comfortable, sitting or lying down. Sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor and your spine straight. Take a moment now to relax your whole body. I invite you to keep your eyes closed throughout the whole meditation and to bring your awareness inward to your heart center. Take a few moments in this stillness to connect with the Spirit within. Without straining or concentrating, just relax and gently follow my voice and follow these instructions. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for a moment and let it out. Take another deep breath in. Hold it and let it out. This is your time to set aside any goal setting and visualization. This is a time to release your own human desires just for a few minutes. Begin by intentionally releasing your own ideas of what you want to happen or accomplish. Say these phrases to yourself silently. I am open to this divine visioning, to be made aware and know the highest vision that Spirit within me has for me today. I am open to allow messages to come through Spirit within me and to unfold through Spirit's guidance in my life. In this moment, I am open to allow the divine download, the ideas and direction that come from Spirit within me. I invite you now to join with me in the awareness of the one power, one presence within. I will speak this meditation in the I to continue this awareness of oneness. In this safe and relaxed state of being, I release any and all preconceived or specific ideas of what I want to happen. I remember it isn't about my wants, but about my inner divinity, guiding and expressing my highest good in my life. I am a channel for the creative spiritual process In this moment, I allow and expect this visioning process to guide me, so I am able to hear, to feel, to see, and to catch life's plan for my life, including any particular project I am working on. I am opening up to the infinite array of possibilities that are available to me now. In this moment, in this place of total awareness, I sit quietly, knowing I am creating the perfect space and condition for my divine vision to emerge. There is a potential that exists for me, free from the burdens of the old self. This potential exists right now. In this moment, I am teaching my body emotionally what it would feel like, so it begins to believe. My potential is in this experience of freedom right now. So I breathe and relax, and I let go. I let my body feel free so that it thinks it's in the experience. In this moment, I ask my body emotionally to feel the joy of how it would feel in a state of joy. And my body begins to be joy. My body begins to be in a future potential emotionally, right here, right now. There is a potential for me to have all my needs met and to be healthy, wealthy, and peaceful. So I take the time now to instruct my body to experience the health, the wealth, the peace, and the joy of these experiences ahead of the actual event. My body now thinks it's in the experience. I consciously open up those pathways in my body so that I can feel it. I know that as I feel it, my body thinks it's a new experience. My mind doesn't know the difference of when it's happening. It just knows it's happening. Now, there's a potential in spirit to tap into the genius mind, and this genius mind is available to me right now. The thoughts from this genius mind take me to new possibilities. I feel the energy that's created from my open mind. It teaches my body emotionally the joy and inspiration of what that would feel like. So my body begins to experience my brilliance, my capacity to feel it right now. It thinks it's in the event right now. There is a possibility existing simultaneously in spirit of the vitality of a new life. It is rich with opportunity. There is a wondrous sense of adventure and a sense of infinite possibilities. It feels like I'm in a dream, and yet it is real right now. There is infinite potential in the universe, and the universe is within me, around me, beyond me, filling my awareness with perfect ideas. All my prayers are answered. Possibility finds me. All my prayers are being answered now. In this moment of feeling inspired, I see the future without obstacles. I feel the freedom. I see a potential without concern for the details. I know I am connected to a new reality. It lifts me up. I take the time now to memorize this feeling of possibility. I am expectant and open to the unknown, to the wondrous. I take one more deep, slow breath. I bring it all the way to the top, and as I exhale, I release it to the universal field. I release it to the universal field of possibilities, which exists at the core, at the center of my being. And now, slowly, very slowly, when I'm ready, I open my eyes. I feel inspired. I feel refreshed. I am at peace. And so it is. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center Online. I'm delighted to be with you here today. My name's Reverend Ann Haukangas, and I hope to bring you more stories and inspirational ideas, spiritual tools actually, to help you move through your life and to make your life a better place to be. So join in as we move into this idea this week. I always like to begin with a really great song, and the song for this month is What Would Love Do Now by Eddie Watkins Jr., and of course our favorite, Emilio Zaras. Go ahead, Emilio.
This is our theme for the month of March, What Would Love Do Now by Mr. Eddie Watkins Jr. Just before you say something you can't take away, take a breath and let it out. Try to think about what would love do now. Wondering if I should cross that line for good. Whatever you decide, ask yourself from inside, what would love do now? Everything is either an act of love or a cry for love. That's why for love we try for love. In the end, that's all we know, that's real. Whether right or wrong doesn't matter, just as long as you let your heart decide. Ask yourself from inside, what would love do now? Everything is either an act of love or a cry for love. That's why for love we try for love. In the end, that's all we know, that's real. Whether right or wrong doesn't matter, just as long as you let your heart decide. Ask yourself from inside, what would love do now? What would love do now? What would love do now? What would love do now?
Oh, wasn't that a great song? Now this one is really lovely, and it's a little gentler, and it's called Let Go of the Shore by Karen Drucker, and of course, Emilio Zaras. Just sit back and enjoy.
Let Go of the Shore by Karen Drucker. carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. You have all you need. It's all inside of you. Close your eyes and breathe and know that you are safe. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. No need to make a plan. Your heart will be your compass. Just lift your sails in faith and trust that you will arrive. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. Let go.
And now that we're in this really comforted place and we've let go of the shore, join with me in consciousness. And I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable. And if the words that I now speak resonate with your heart, allow them to be the words of your own heart. As I breathe and relax into this moment, I know without a doubt there is only one divine presence, one absolute mind. I choose to call it God. Sometimes I call it the Creator. It is Spirit, and it is my life and everything about me, always in all ways. And so in this moment, I know that my word has power. So I declare, I am fully divine. I am also fully human. And I know that at the core of my being, I am exactly the same as everyone else on this planet. Divine. And so with a grateful heart, I allow this knowledge to unfold in my life in the most profound ways. I feel empowered, I feel grateful. I let go, and I let it be so. Please join with me in affirming, and so it is. And another beautiful song by Karen Drucker called Breathe.
Breathe by Karen Drucker. I let love, I let go, I release, I know, I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am whole, I release, I know. No need to push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, release, and know. I breathe out, I take in, I give out, I let love, I let go, I release, I know. Breathe.
Today's absolute word is release. I create the best as I release the rest. My experiences are opportunities to gain insight, perspective, growth, and stretch myself. I choose to use them for developing skills for work or pleasure. I am divine. I accept all that comes my way with gratitude. I bless it all because I can use anything for good and bless everyone. In the process, I release what no longer serves me with ease and grace. I give no power or importance to financial setbacks, as I know my source lies in divine ideas and my related thoughts and feelings. I erase any memory of illness as I feel the joy of my well-being. I release any sense of loneliness as I bask in the memory and gratitude for all sorts of connection. I move forward feeling purified, lighter, and renewed. This year, our theme is Look Up. And what we mean by look up is two things. We know that physiologically when we look up, it's so much easier to be optimistic and positive about what is coming. And looking up also represents to me, and hopefully to you too, looking above what is going on to the possibilities, the infinite possibilities of life. So let's take a look at this month's theme. The March theme is open to possibilities. And so we've been looking at that this month for the last couple of weeks about how we have this wisdom within, actually this connection, this resource within us that has all of the ideas that we would ever require to move forward in life. And so I'm inviting you today to continue on this journey of being open to possibilities. So this month, we open to the highest idea of our lives through the spiritual practice of visioning. And again, the difference between visioning and visualization is that we're open to that divine resource within and how it is guiding us. Now, you know that there is no separation between you and it. It is not this outside source that somehow is like a broadcast station within you. It is you speaking to you, the you with a capital Y speaking to the you with a little y. And when we open up to that inner resource, we actually get guidance through our soul, through the spirit within, on what are the best things to do next. And what is our life calling us to do today? So let's see where we can go with that. So today's topic is release and let go, and I think you'll like it. We're going to talk about releasing and what is it. We're going to talk about the skinny cow, and we're going to talk about the eagle. So are you ready? So did you know that 100% of spiritual growth is in letting go? And why do I say that? Well, releasing and letting go of ideas, beliefs, and attachments that no longer serve creates an openness and a spaciousness. It allows for that divine wisdom within to guide us in ways that don't limit us the way that our own way of thinking may have. And so it helps to remove obstacles and blocks in the way of living the vision when we're willing, at least willing, to let go. Releasing is about making room for a greater good to be expressed and received, for change to take place, and for healing. And I know that all of us really would love to have a greater expression of life. We may not necessarily be so keen on change taking place. And I would say that for those of us who really are experiencing something other than wholeness and health, that we're looking for healing. And it may be emotional, it may be spiritual, it may be physical. So let's go a little deeper. Releasing is not based on what we choose to release, but the all-knowing spirit within always knows what is ready to release. And that means that on some level you do know what you need to release to move forward. So your job is to ask spirit within what needs to be released. Your work is to be still, to listen to the voice within, and to follow its guidance. As spirit fills your being with the truth, you can relax, you can release and let go of all that no longer is needed with a sense of trust. And I don't expect you to believe me, but I'd like you to experiment with this idea. I know that there may seem like there's this real resistance around letting go of the known. The thing is that I invite you to consider that the unknown may contain things that are just so awesome that you'll say to yourself after the fact, why didn't I already do this last year or 10 years ago or yesterday? Fear keeps us hanging on to what doesn't work in our lives. It also keeps us from surrendering to our good. Surrender has two sides. We surrender all that does not serve, and then we surrender to our greatest good. And that was an anonymous quote. I couldn't find who wrote that. But it's really true that in the Course in Miracles, they say there are only two realities, love and fear. And either you're living in a place of love, which is open, acceptive, receptive, or fear, which is restrictive and says no. So the skinny cow, I tried to find a picture of a skinny cow. I think this one's a pretty good example of one. So there was a spiritual teacher. His name was Baal Shem Tov. And Baal Shem Tov would take his students on a pilgrimage. And they were going on a pilgrimage, and they were walking through this one little village. And in this village was a man by the name of Adir and his wife, and they were at this market. Now, the backstory to Adir and his wife is that they were really, really poor. And all they had was one cow, and it was a really skinny cow. And Adir was really happy that he had this cow. The problem was that it didn't produce a whole lot of milk, and so they had to have enough to eat, but they also wanted to sell some of this milk so that they could make some money to buy other food. And so they were at the market selling that little bit of milk that this skinny cow would produce when this Baal Shem Tov came through town and stopped to see Adir at his booth. And he said to Adir and his wife, "My student and I need a place to stay tonight. Can we stay at your house?" And of course, Adir said, "Absolutely, we would be honored to have you," and invited them to his home. And of course, they go home. Adir and his wife say, I don't know what we're going to do. We really don't have anything to eat for them. How are we going to possibly honor this really amazing spiritual teacher when all we have is this little bit of milk? And we had that this morning. And we can't get any more milk until tomorrow. And Adir says, well, you know what? We've asked them over. We're obliged. We're going to have to slaughter this cow and feed it to Baal Shem Tov and his student. And so he goes about slaughtering his cow, and his wife cooks it. And that evening, Baal Shem Tov shows up at his house with his student. And they sit down to the table, and in Adir's mind, he's thinking, well, good, we'll have food for several days after they have eaten, so we'll be okay for a while until I figure out what to do next. And wouldn't you know it, that Baal Shem Tov and the student eat absolutely every last morsel of this beef. There is not a drop left. And instead of spending the night, Baal Shem Tov, with his full stomach, says, you know what, we're satisfied, we've eaten, it's still a little bit daylight, we're going to just go ahead and move on to the next town rather than spending the night. And he's left kind of devastated and feeling really terrible, and he decides to go out to the forest to get some wood to start his fire at home. And he discovers this man lying in the ditch, and he's moaning, and he goes over to him, and he's really well dressed, and he says, "What's the matter, sir?" And he says, "I fell and I think I broke my leg." And so a deer who had all of these sticks and branches and things that he was carrying to bring home for his fire decided to use his shirt and these sticks, and he tied them around the man's leg so that he could stabilize his leg, and he helped him back into town. And that's how it seems like the story ended. But a few months later, Baal Shem Tov is coming through town again, and he's going to the market. And he happens to go past this really amazing carriage, really expensive carriage, as he's walking to the market. And he notices that it's a deer. And his student says, "Baal Shem Tov, that's a deer. How is it that he has this fantastic, fantastic carriage?" And Baal Shem Tov says, "Well, let's go and ask him." So the two of them go up to the carriage, and they say to a deer, "How is it that you have this fantastic carriage?" And a deer tells Baal Shem Tov, "It's unbelievable what happened. You were here that one day, and that evening I went to get some wood for the fire, and I came across this man who had broken his leg, and I helped him by securing his leg and helping him home. And he happened to be the most wealthy man in the city. And he just died a couple of days ago, and he left all of his fortune to me because of that good deed that I did." And Baal Shem Tov looked at his student and went, "Wow, like, isn't that something?" And they proceeded on their way, and a deer was left where he was. And of course, Baal Shem Tov then is walking, and his student says to him, "You know, I really don't understand this spirituality that you're teaching me." And Baal Shem Tov says, "Well, what do you mean?" And he says, "Well, you know, a deer was so poor, and you ate all of his food when we were at that meal at his house. And secondly, you're a vegetarian. You don't even eat meat." And Baal Shem Tov looked at him with a big smile, and he said, "A deer was never poor. I just needed to get the skinny cow out of the way." And before I go into the next story, which falls into a similar idea, I'd like to talk about the concept of what is it that you're hanging on to, that perhaps you're afraid that if you let go of whatever it is, it's a relationship, it's a job, it's an idea of something, that perhaps there is something so much better waiting for you, but until you let it go, until you release, until you surrender, you're not going to even know what that might be. A change of fortune was waiting for a deer in the future, but not in the place that he was at. It was necessary to bring him to the end of his rope so that he would be forced to leave and settle elsewhere. This is exactly what happened. The rest you already know. And so the story of the eagle, it was Chris Chenoweth, actually, who was a Unity minister, who told this story years ago, and it really impacted me. I actually wrote a children's book around this story as well. And the story goes this way, that an eagle has eaglets. They lay eggs, and then they have baby eagles, which are called eaglets. And the story goes that they build these nests out of really, really thorny branches, and then line the thorny branches with leaves and other soft materials like moss. And so when the baby eaglet, or many of them, are born, then they basically have this really comfortable, soft place to be. And as they start to get bigger, when they start to be of the age to have to learn how to fly and feed themselves, the mother eagle starts to pull out all of that soft lining. And eventually what happens is that the nest is so sharp and so prickly because of these thorny branches that the nest was made from, they are so uncomfortable that they have to leap out of the nest to actually be comfortable. And so they're left with the choice of either stay there and really hurt or leap out and learn how to fly, which they didn't know they could do until they did. And the children's story goes that in spite of life's challenges, there is always a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow sort of thing. And so what is it that you're afraid to do? That if you were to let go of the restrictions, perhaps the pain and the suffering that might be going on right now in some area of your life, and that if you were to just take a leap of faith, you would find out what it is that you actually have supporting you, which is spirit, which is within you as well as everywhere around you. So are you ready and willing to trust the process? I guess that's the question. What's calling to be let go of? And do you have faith that things will eventually turn out in its own time? You know, they say a flower only blooms when it's ready. You can't force it. And you really can't force yourself either to do something that you're not ready to do. But maybe there is this, I'll call it divine discontent going on in your life right now. And what you're looking for is a way to move forward. Well, that wisdom is within you. And as you sit in silence and ask the question, what's calling to be let go of? Then the answer will ultimately come. It may not come right away, but it does. And it may seem like the scariest thing in the world to do. But I'll tell you this. It is something better. Because I believe in the affirmation every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And I also believe that life is supportive and benevolent. And it comes from my own belief in it that it shows up in the most wondrous ways. So I invite you to think about what it is that you've been hanging on to. And how would it feel if you were to let that go and be awed by life instead? So the more I release, the more good I can experience. Do you want to say that with me? The more I release, the more good I can experience. So we talked a little bit about releasing. We talked about the skinny cow. So what represents the skinny cow in your life? And I told you the story of the eagle and how the eagle teaches its baby to fly. So what is it that you are about to find out that you already know? And so it is. So let's anchor that with this song, Relax and Let Go by Karen Drucker.
Relax, Let Go by Karen Drucker. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. I relax, sing it, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am safe. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I am well, I am well, I am well. And now I see what my life can be when I trust in the process and have faith. And now I know that when I let go, that I have all I ever need. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I am well, I am well, I am well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. One more time. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. I am well, I am well. All is well, all is well. I am well.
I always like to include a prosperity affirmation every week, so please join with me, if that's comfortable. From the love of pure spirit in me, I bless all that I give. It goes forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith in the good in my life. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am prosperous. This is another beautiful song by Dedry Francois called I Am Free. Take it away, Emilia.
Ready? I Am Free by Dedry Francois. I'm grateful to have learned the truth. I've listened to the words my heart has spoken. Divinely blessed and guided, I no longer search fulfillment from excuses with no purpose. I am free, free from all the shackles that surround me, free to choose to give my life new meaning, free to change to love unfold my destiny. I am free. I lift the veils that shadowed me. I see the love and beauty that bounds me. now I live with purpose. I am free from all the shackles that surround me, free to choose to give my life new meaning, free to change, to love and fold my destiny. I am free. I bless my past mistakes. Bless all the scars they made. I bless them all, the lessons learned, they brought me where I am today. I am free from all the shackles that surround me, free to choose to give my life new meaning, free to change, to love and fold my destiny. I am free from all the shackles that surround me, free to choose to give my life new meaning, free to change, to love and fold my destiny. I
Take a moment now to just get yourself centered. And I will speak this closing prayer, and in your mind's eye, include every situation and every person that you feel you would like to include in this prayer. The infinite mind of God is my mind. I am filled with the awareness of every right idea I need to live a full and happy life. I follow the guidance. I am peaceful. I release all fear. I am living love. And so it is. And if you have anything on your heart that you would like prayer for, know that you can go to our website and choose the tab Prayer, and there are many options for you on how you can pray or how we can pray with you. And our final song for today, I Release, I Let Go, by Byers. Sing along if you like. Thanks, Emilio.
I Release, I Let Go by Byers. There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. let it all go. And this is what you have to say. Woo! Are you ready? Here we go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release, I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you so much for watching, and stay on the line if you want to have more information on how you can send us a donation. We appreciate your giving so very much. We'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye for now.